Coming to Rohit Sharma, I was going through Instagram. आपने रोहित शर्मा के साथ भी शूट किया है और विराट कोहली के साथ भी शूट किया है. They are cricketing giants in India. People love them endlessly.
In terms of difference, I feel Virat is really quick. He just comes, he gets his work done, and he's out before you even know. The moment your subject, even if it's a model or a celebrity, they feel that you don't know your work. Is when it's an issue.
So yours, which Natasha also posted, the pre-wedding shoot of Hardik and Natasha. If we can go back in time and remember those times, what was the vibe then?
So also my best shoots were with Diljit. Because he is, he goes all out with creativity. He gets himself so involved in his shoots.
Okay.
It's always something new to learn when I'm on his set. I have all the freedom to do whatever I want in terms of, shooting some, and he's always wants to shoot something edgy and do something that people have not done here.
Hello to everyone who's tuned into Mamarazi. This is Amar और आज मैं हूँ एक ऐसे इंसान के साथ जो सारे celebrities, actors, sports personality को actually celeb वाली vibe देते हैं. अब मैं नाम लूँगा तो शायद ये शो खत्म हो जाए. I can start with ऋतिक रोशन, आलिया भट्ट, विराट कोहली, दिलजीत दोसांझ, अनुष्का शर्मा, विकी कौशल, परिणीति चोपड़ा, तृप्ति दिमरी, and the list is endless. I'm with Rahul Jhangiani. He's the guru photographer for all Bollywood actors, sports personalities, brands, and now he has opened a restaurant as well. Hello, Rahul.
Hi.
How have you been?
Good. Thank you for having me.
And if we have to start with, can I start with the restaurant?
Of course.
How did you conceptuate that, and वो उस journey में आप कैसे आए?
So this was actually quite random, and it's a field I've not explored before.
Correct.
But I always had a knack for traveling, trying out different food, trying out different restaurants. Actually, my partner in the restaurant is from the same field.
Okay.
So it's something random that he's actually a close friend of mine, and it's something that we just came up with randomly. Also tried to tap into a cuisine that wasn't explored in Bombay.
Which is?
It's Latin American.
Oh. Okay.
So we got a local chef from Peru. His name is Chef Rafael. We flew him down to curate the menu. So it's us all together. But it's an exclusive niche sort of a new cuisine which is very similar to the Indian palate. So it's not something that you have to really develop the palate for. It just comes naturally to Indians. So that's kind of how we started the restaurant.
And it's based in Bangalore.
It's based in Bandra, but we're launching in Bangalore next month.
Okay. So you're launching and you are. Okay.
Yes.
तो मैं बहुत क्यूरियस हूँ ये जानने के लिए कि आपके लिए सब स्टार्ट कैसे हुआ. फोटोग्राफी एज अ प्रोफेशनल करियर फील्ड चॉइस इज नॉट वेरी इंग्रेन्ड इन आवर इंडियन हाउसहोल्ड. मतलब वहाँ पे कंडीशनिंग होती ही नहीं है कि आप एक फोटोग्राफर बनो. सो हाउ डिड इट स्टार्ट विद यू?
This is again by accident. I was actually a science student.
Oh wow.
Very random. Never picked up a camera till probably I was 22 years old. My neighbor was Subi Samuel. He was a renowned photographer. Yes.
Very famous.
So he actually gave me the opportunity to start working at a studio while I was doing nothing in college. And I think that's what really opened up photography for me. Then I bought myself my first camera. I started shooting my friends, started shooting people around me.
Okay.
And I think one day I realized that this is what I love doing, and it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life.
Awesome. Yeah. And how was the support from the family? Were they shocked or were they surprisingly shocked?
Honestly, my neighbor Subi Samuel, he really helped me because my parents had an idea of the kind of work that he does.
Bilkul.
So they were a little bit more aware about photography. It's not only about clicking passport photos or going to a wedding and clicking photos. There's a lot more to it. It's a commercial business.
Correct.
And it's a growing business, especially in our country with the amount of digital boom.
Yeah. Definitely. We also went through Instagram. आपकी जो पहली फोटो है जो आपने अपलोड की है, that is of a dog. I'm assuming it's your dog.
Yeah.
And it's upside down.
Yeah.
So that creative angle, was it always inherent in you while you were growing up?
I actually don't know. My mom was actually, she's still an artist, but not professional, but she's been practicing, since she was young.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe it comes from there. But this is definitely something that was completely unplanned and completely self-taught. So I don't really know where it comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you have to talk about your first professional shoot, when did you start and who did you start with when it became professional?
So when I started by shooting a lot of friends, which turned into models.
Okay.
But my first big commercial job was with Lux with Alia Bhatt.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it was about 6-7 years back now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I was lucky because she gave me the opportunity to it was kind of a risk for her to try out somebody new, but it was a big ad for her as well.
Yeah.
But I think it just went on really smooth. She supported me throughout the entire day of shoot.
Okay.
I think that's something that's really memorable and my big break to start shooting actors and ad films.
What was your headspace when you got to know that okay, ab Alia?
I mean, I was quite okay, but then the shoot was in Bangkok.
And it went seamless.
Yeah, but also I didn't have my team. I had to work with a local team who barely spoke English. So, I mean, it was a little challenging. But yeah, it just went kind of smooth.
Okay. So, now, आज के social media trends में, I keep reading about it also, कि काफी heavily edited photos होती हैं, and they are very retouched. And sometimes it's also the demand of the client. So, what do you do? Authenticity लाने के लिए, and to keep that authenticity factor alive, what do you?
I mean, honestly, I feel like the trends are completely changing now. Even with the actors that I work with, it's no more, heavily retouched images don't work anymore.
Okay.
Everybody knows what people look like in PAP videos, and the amount of content that's going out now, it's a lot more organic. So I feel actors also now stay away from heavily retouched images. They want people to relate to what they actually look like.
Yeah.
So I feel trends are changing. In fact, there's a lot of times where I'm retouching images and I get feedback from the actors saying, it's too much and I want to go back to original. So I feel there was a time where it was very trendy to have these, extra sort of filters on photos, but I feel it's completely changing now.
Yeah.
It's more real. People want to relate to what you really look like.
Yeah.
And even with brands, even with ads for that matter, there was a time where, you're shooting probably skin brands that had heavily retouched images.
Correct.
Unreal sort of skin.
Correct.
It's completely changing now.
Yeah.
They want to show skin pores. They want to show skin texture.
Yeah.
Needs to be a lot more relatable to people.
Because social media can also be brutal.
100%.
Honesty वहाँ पे बहुत है. But has it ever happened back in the days when you have posted something of your client and it has not gone down well with them and they have said कि आप इसको, without taking names obviously, if you can take it down.
See, obviously there's a lot of approval process that we go through before the pictures go out.
Yeah.
So you get approvals from the client, approvals from the celebrity. Yeah. So I tend to not release anything till I don't get approvals. And obviously it's a creative field where everybody has creative differences. So, but that's what it's inputs from everybody and teamwork that makes a good picture.
Yeah. So whenever you plan shoots and right from planning to execution, वो कौन सा एक constant या एक major trouble होता है या एक ऐसा एक roadblock होता है which you have always faced?
Honestly, right now, I feel there's so much competition and there's so much demand as well.
Definitely.
There's so much content. I mean, you're scrolling through different things every single day. Your eyes and brain gets really tired of seeing the same thing every day.
Definitely.
So I feel there's a lot more demand now to start to keep on creating something new every day. So, you may be creating the best work, but after 2 days, people get tired of it.
Bilkul.
So every single time we treat our job as, every day is a new job and every day is a day one.
Yeah.
And we just try to create something different, something new every single time.
So I'm assuming you're shooting every day, so you must be having a team also.
Correct. Yeah.
तो वो mediocrity को कैसे आप हटाते हो? क्योंकि if you are doing one job repeatedly, every day to get a new idea would be a task.
See, honestly, with us in a creative field, you have to be inspired to be able to deliver good creative work. And inspiration comes from maybe pictures on the web, maybe movies, maybe traveling. Everybody has different sources of inspiration. Yeah. So what I also try to do is try to take a few days off, try to spend some time with myself after I go home after the shoot, just to refresh more creative ideas, or also to just be updated with the trends in the world, see what other people are doing as well, just for that to inspire you, for us to always keep creating something new every time we are on set.
तो आपने जो अभी तक shoots किए, what according to you or what as per you in your personal feedback, what did you think कि ये वाला एक ऐसा shoot था which got you a lot of work and which got you on the map?
Actually, it's quite a lot. Yeah. But I mean, I started by shooting models because it was really hard to get through actors. I mean, it's a lot more easier now with Instagram. You can message an actor, you can shoot their looks. It's a lot more accessible now.
Definitely.
Probably 6-7 years back, it was really difficult to get through an actor. They were stuck onto more senior photographers who, were doing a lot of work. So I feel what I also did that time was start shooting with different subjects like models or friends or whatever, and try to put it up on social media because Instagram was getting big that time. Yeah. To sort of create some sort of awareness, saying, okay, I am doing something different, and also for people for my work to be a lot more visible, to actors. Yeah. And then obviously I got my first break, and then one after the other, then word of mouth.
Okay. For people who are starting their photographing journey, जो budding photographers है, what would be your key inputs to them to use Instagram especially, because eventually it becomes a big part of the revenue
Right.
plan.
Yeah.
So what will you tell them if someone is starting on Instagram only?
See, honestly, it's great because it's the best way to showcase your work.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where you're sending emails to clients and actors and trying to knock at people's doors to get work.
Yeah.
If your work is good, it's easily visible.
Correct.
Because everybody stalks everybody.
Correct.
From the biggest actors to the smaller actors, everybody is stalking everybody and everybody knows what everyone's up to.
Yeah.
So if you're creating good images, it's going to be seen. So I feel Instagram is a great medium to showcase your work. But I feel the most important thing is for a photographer to keep shooting, to keep shooting something different, to keep shooting something new,
and be consistent.
And I feel if your work is great, then it's going to stand out for sure.
And you were talking about word of mouth. Has it worked a lot for you when you have shot with an actor and then right after their friends have told you?
100%. Yeah. It's how the world works. You get great recommendations. Actors obviously work with other actors who speak to each other for suggestions and recommendations. So yeah, that really helps a lot.
And if we have to take any names, who are the most repeated clients of yours where you have constantly worked?
I think most of the people that you've named are the people that I work with a lot.
Okay.
Virat Kohli, someone I work with a lot. I really enjoy working with. Alia Bhatt, Ranbir Kapoor. Most of the cricketers.
Oh yeah. KL Rahul,
Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah. Awesome. Coming to Rohit Sharma, I was going through Instagram. आपने रोहित शर्मा के साथ भी शूट किया है और विराट कोहली के साथ भी शूट किया है. They are cricketing giants in India. People love them endlessly. When you were shooting with them individually, what was the one thing, striking difference which you found in their personality? And what was the one thing, if you can remember, which was common in both of them? Because both come from very different...
common is that they're both not actors.
Yeah.
But they're both great in front of the camera with the amount of experience that they have and the amount of ads that they've shot. It's just they actually work like models in front of the camera. You don't really feel like there's sports personalities who you need to instruct. They exactly know what they're doing. In terms of difference, I feel Virat is really quick. He just comes, he gets his work done, and he's out before you even know.
Oh, wow.
And Rohit, I feel, likes to spend some time, likes to experiment with things, which is great again because there's a lot more things that you can do with him. Yeah.
So when you shoot with all these people, these big names and celebrities, what do you do from the shoot starts till the end? What do you think? What are your parameters which you keep in check to keep the mood of the celebrity in check? What are your things which you always practice?
I feel the most important thing is for you to be prepared before the shoot.
Yeah.
The moment your subject, even if it's a model or a celebrity, they feel that you don't know your work, is when it's an issue. It's very important for you to be confident. That confidence comes from doing your homework. Say when I work with a new actor that I haven't worked with before, I'll probably spend a lot of time stalking him, understanding how he's been photographed before, seeing what he likes, what he doesn't like, his angles, to his profile, to everything. So when I'm on set, I exactly know as to what I'm doing, not spending too much time experimenting. Also, we'd like to reach set earlier to pre-plan everything.
Correct.
So I don't want to be wasting an actor's time when he's on set. I rather go a little bit earlier and do all my R&D before that.
Correct.
So I think all this really helps. Also, I feel like it's how comfortable you make the subject feel also.
For sure.
You could have the best model, but if you don't make them feel comfortable, they're not going to photograph well. So I think it's everything all together.
I have been on some shoots and I have seen that music also plays a...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we actually have a playlist for most of the actors.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And they are delivered before or you curate them?
No, so the first time we meet them, or probably we stalk them and kind of get an idea of, what they like.
Obviously, when you repeat with them.
Yeah, but especially for photo shoots, we can play music. That actually helps them a lot.
Okay. And through the years, आपका सबसे ज़्यादा favorite या सबसे ज़्यादा memorable या if I say unforgettable shoot कौन सा रहा in your experience?
I think most of my best shoots were with Diljit. Because he is, he goes all out with creativity. He gets himself so involved in his shoots.
Okay.
It's always something new to learn when I'm on his set. I have all the freedom to do whatever I want in terms of, shooting and he's always wants to shoot something edgy and do something that people have not done here. So it's a lot of fun shooting with him.
He's someone who has changed the pop culture.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I have interviewed him once way back, but at that time he was like very introverted.
Right.
Now he goes all out. Have you also seen that?
But he's still introvert. He's still calm. He's still humble.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest people you'll meet. But he's great at his work, and that's what's speaking.
Yeah. You have also shot the biggest wedding of the year.
Yes.
मतलब ईयर हटा देना चाहिए उस सेंटेंस से, तो बिगेस्ट, तो उस शादी में आपको जब when you were approached right from starting to the end, what did you experience? What was the experience like?
I mean, we were very excited when the inquiry came to us. Been always wanting to work with the family for a very long time, so I'm glad it happened. And I think they were the nicest people to work with. The easiest people, the most humble, make you feel really comfortable, make sure all your needs are met for. I think we had a great experience. It went super smooth, was quick also. Yeah.
And was it hectic? Like there was so much going on, I'm sure.
Not really, because it was so well organized. We had a perfect timing as to when the shoot's going to happen. They were in, we shot them out in no time. So it was all actually, the flow was really good.
And what were the deliverables, if you can speak?
For us, it was more photos. I mean, there were different teams that were doing different things. We were shooting the photos, so we had to instantly get the photos, correctly ready for them to post it before the paps post the photos.
Oh, okay.
So we had a team on standby that was, instantly getting things done. To be released quickly before it's out.
I hope you must have delivered them. Now you have also worked with the Jonas Brothers, and you have also worked with so many Indian clients. So what is that one striking difference when you work with celebrities representing the West from here?
I honestly don't see that much of a difference now, because I mean, there's so many of our celebrities that are doing amazingly well in the West as well. So there's honestly no difference. I wouldn't say there's much difference, but it's just different when I am working internationally. The experience is different. We're working with different sort of equipment, different sort of teams. There's always something new to learn from. So it's something that you learn and you take back and you try to use in your work here as well.
And the number of people representing the team, is that also a point?
No, I feel here, in fact, it's a lot more faster paced and bigger team. People work in a lot more slower environment internationally. One guy is probably doing the job of 10 people. Here, we have 10 people doing 10 things. So it's a lot more easier and quicker here. The pace that we work at here, you can't work there at all. If you're doing 20 shots a day, you're probably doing 4 shots there a day.
And how was your experience with the Jonas Brothers?
It was really, really good.
Now, a lot of shoots, sometimes if someone is shooting with a team, so what happens is sometimes people come with a lot of entourage with them. There are big teams involved, and sometimes it happens with just one manager representing them. When you are shooting with these actors and with these cricketers, what is your preference? What is the more comfortable setting for you?
See, honestly, it doesn't matter, because when we're shooting, it's only me and the subject. So the entourage is the work that the entourage do is before and after the shoot. During the shoot process, it's honestly just a connection between me and the subject. So it doesn't really bother me who's around. And also with our shoots, because it's a glamorous shoot, the entourage really plays an important role. May it be the stylist or the hair makeup artist, or even the creative director, an art director.
The inputs would be more.
Everything, a photograph comes out with an entire team put together.
Coming to the wedding shoots, I saw some photos of yours which Natasha also posted, the pre-wedding shoot of Hardik and Natasha. If we can go back in time and remember those times, what was the vibe then?
So honestly, that was completely unplanned. Hardik is a close friend. And I was attending the wedding. And that's when we came up with the idea that they had a team to cover their wedding, but they came up with this idea that we should do a couple of pictures, just in a more high fashion sort of way.
In that moment, it happened.
In that moment. So I actually borrowed a camera from someone and I shot those pictures.
So a lot of discussions also are happening now when I see interviews of other photographers, that whenever there's a wedding happening and if you are clicking the photo, and when a time comes where they are no more together, the query comes that you have to take down these photos. Has that happened in your experience?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, not so far.
Yeah. Okay. now I have to talk about my personal favorite actor. I'm obsessed with Hrithik Roshan. He's easily my most favorite actor, and you have shot with him.
Yeah.
When you shoot with an actor like Hrithik, who's also called the Adonis of Indian industry, what are the challenges? Are the challenges less because he's already so good looking? As per you, what are the challenges when you work with an actor of a scale like Hrithik?
Honestly, the biggest challenge is that he knows everything. He knows more than you do. So every time we're on set with him, there's always something new to learn. He probably knows what lights you've put and why you've put them. He's so experienced. He exactly knows, the technicalities of everything that you're doing. So I feel there's always something to learn from him, because there's a lot of time where he gives you recommendations, and he's probably giving you tips that actually helps you while shooting other people. So I think it's a great experience, a great learning experience to be working with him.
Yeah.
And if he's happy with your work, you're doing a good job.
Definitely. And for you, if you're shooting with someone like him, obviously I'm assuming that the stress levels must be high, but eventually if you're doing a good shoot and the reworking which happens, that must be on a very smaller scale.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the stress levels are obviously high because you're matching up to a certain standard.
Correct.
But I mean, eventually he's supportive again. So if you need some sort of tips, he'll give you the right tips, and it always helps you when you're shooting with him again.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And if you can go back in time, if you can tell us about the first earning which you made from your first professional shoot, how much did you make then, and where did you spend it on?
I don't remember, but I think it was. I think 2,500 rupees is what I got paid for my first shoot. It was for a television magazine that I shot for.
Okay. Bombay based.
But I think that time, for the first 1.5 years, whatever money I was earning, I was reinvesting it into my work. Doing a lot of test shoots. So it required a lot of studio rental, equipment rental.
Correct.
That's what you have to do when you start off as a photographer to build your portfolio.
Okay. And coming to pregnancy shoots, those are also very much in. What are the challenges involved in a pregnancy shoot? Because obviously the intimacy level is much higher.
Yeah.
And you have done pregnancy shoots of Alia and Natasha, if I'm right. So if you can tell about that experience.
Honestly, I don't see any challenges, but it's very important for you to really sit down with the couple and understand, their sort of history and their sort of chemistry of which I feel needs to portray in the images. It's also important to again make the subject feel so comfortable, because I mean, obviously the woman's pregnant, she's also restricted. You have to be careful about how you make them pose, how you make them feel comfortable. So it's all of that put together. But I mean, I'm always been lucky to capture these special moments. And I think they're one of the most beautiful pictures that anybody gets to shoot.
Definitely. Any special guidelines which you give to your team while these shoots are happening?
Very minimal crew on set.
Correct.
We keep it very, very minimal. The subject needs to feel really comfortable. Also, we try to shoot closer to their house, so there's lesser travel.
Definitely.
Probably at their house if they're comfortable with that.
And these shoots happen in their houses only?
Depends on how comfortable they are, but a lot of them will happen in their house. Otherwise, we take a studio that is close to their place.
All right. Okay. All the best. And
thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Rahul Jhangiani, and you're watching me on Mamarazzi.